Thank you for having me. I'm Mark. I am the global CIO for Siemens Gamesa. Siemens Gamesa is a global renewable energy company, part of the Siemens Energy Group. And I have been working for the company since the merger in 2017. I'm responsible for all IT and digital solutions. I didn't arrive here because I always wanted to be someone working in IT, but I really started as an engineer, an electrical engineer, and I was looking at being in the energy area because it was exciting back in the 2000 in the area of electrification, energy, and now we are seeing it in a different aspect, in more sustainable aspect here. After my master's degree, I got to be involved in Siemens AG, and I was working on technology-driven research. And this is where technology started being very exciting for me. It's changing very quickly, and it was very exciting part, and that's how my career started in technology. And supply chain, I think for me, this is fairly new in the last few years, but very exciting as well, due to the fact that the environment, the geopolitical situation is driving more and more the need to have a really robust supply chain, and the tools that we are bringing to the business have a huge impact. And this is why, for me as well, this program and project was very exciting and a learning curve for me as well. We are driving the energy agenda, driving clean energy to our environment, bringing new solutions that are covering onshore wind turbines and offshore wind turbines in the sea, and we are driving this across the globe. Since the integration, the complexities and challenges we faced are having two different landscapes that we needed to harmonize and integrate. And we identified that there's a lot of work to be done, and therefore we started analyzing our landscape and identifying where we need new tools and how we will implement it for the benefit of our new global company. So how did we choose O9? We went to the market with an objective mindset that we need a new tool that supports our global operations. And with this, we were analyzing the market from a technology fit, from process fit, and from flexibility. And this is where, after analyzing the market, we decided to go with O9 for our implementation. We identified in the implementation that data is a key for arriving to the solution of choice we want to do. So we have looked at it from two aspects. First, we said it's not only an implementation of a tool, but it's a transformation for our processes. So we used the program to harmonize our processes globally. We looked in our data landscape and understood as much as possible what we need to also harmonize. And then we brought the tool to deliver those benefits for the company. The lessons learned we got is data is not as easy as it looks like at the beginning. As much as you can do pre-work and preparational work for harmonizing the data, once you put the tool in practice, you identify really where are the other parts that need to be improved. So the lessons learned is that do not wait for perfection before you start, but also accept that the road will be bumpy and not smooth ride in the implementation. So today, I can say we have arrived to using one tool for our different business units regarding S&OP. Of course, it's a change management process. Now we are having the tool, we have the data, we have the process. Now we need to onboard the team to use it and to go away from what they have been doing in the past. And this is a challenge by itself. The change management is important because it is something that you are dealing with people doing their job day to day, and you're changing not only how they do it, it's what they're doing, and transferring the decision making into the tool. And therefore, this is gonna be a continuous improvement. We're looking at training continuously, and this, I believe, is not one-off exercise. It's gonna be an ongoing activity we're gonna run together from tooling, but as well from a process perspective. Their day-to-day will change. It is not anymore that the best planner that was in the past will be the best planner now, because it's a new way of working. So they need to adapt, and we believe this is a journey that we are working with the planners. How are they benefit from it is that we will have one tool that can be reused for everybody in the organization. This allows us to have also key users and super users helping each other. And for sure, for the management and for the operations, we really can run things globally now within one tool and within one process as well. So we are in an early phase now in the implementation, and the real value we're getting is that we're harmonize our processes, we have a better data, and of course we have a tool that we can rely on and build our future. So the case now is really about increasing usability, increasing adoption, and we believe that this will also increase the quality of work and the outputs we will see in the future. Measurement has changed during the program. At the beginning, we were measuring how quickly we can bring the solution up and running so that users can start using it, and how they are using it from a performance perspective. However, now we are in a place where we should start moving the KPIs to be more business driven. So how are we ensuring maybe zero touch planning happening in the tool versus how much manual intervention is happening? What is the data quality that's coming out, and are we really intervening to create the corrections of those data quality and the interfaces with other tools? We have a few interfaces with the global tools in our setup, and therefore for us, now we're moving away from performance monitoring into business value monitoring, and this is something that we are looking forward to continue doing. The adoption is a topic that we are working on now, team by team. We're working specifically with the planners. We are doing what we really saw something very important, demo sessions, so that we are really demoing the tool for planners to understand how and what they need to do. Because as I mentioned before, it's a change from the way they used to do things in the past. And I believe this will bring us to a really positive adoption rate in the future. Change management is not only something we can do by ourselves. So this is also where we rely with O9 and the experience O9 has with other customers. And this is something we are also dealing with it with an open mind. So how can we listen to the planners and their challenges, but also drive the change we need in their way of working to bring it to the next level? So change management for us is about understanding the change impact of the planners, taking that impact and translating to how we can improve their day-to-day. It's about training, it's about communication, and it's about the feedback loop that can be regularly provided. In general, we learned that technology is not about the tool, it's about the people using the tool. And therefore, here we also learned quite importantly with the O9 implementation that we need to take the people on the journey, because new tools means new processes sometimes and new way of working. And with O9 specifically, we had to spend more effort and time on the change management rather than the tool implementation. In our perspective, O9 is part of our landscape, and now we want to take advantage of all the functionalities that O9 brings. So this is around efficiency, automation, reuse of functionalities that are out there. And therefore, we started with the SNOP, but we will be investigating what other functionalities we can drive towards the business. And we have a very clear principle that if we can use less tools towards the users will be less confused and they can increase their adoption for that tool. So we believe O9 will not stop only an SNOP. However, we need to make SNOP successful to allow us to gain the trust to take it to the next level in other functionalities. Yeah, at the beginning, we got a system integrator that helped us to work with O9 and ourselves to translate the project. However, here we learned very early on that this didn't work for us. We really needed to have direct access between O9 and ourselves because we were first early in the journey a few years ago. It was important that we work together with O9 on maybe functionalities that were very new, and therefore we quickly removed the interim partner and directly had the relationship between O9 and ourselves. Is that something that I would recommend for other companies? It depends on where you stand. If you are very mature in your processes, in your data, maybe this is something you can do. If it's something that you require someone to help you in maturing a process, defining a process, helping you in achieving that ultimate goal you want to achieve, which is not defined yet, then maybe a system integrator or an interim partner who has experience in such implementations could bring value to your company. In a lot of companies now, the shift around the sustainable supply chain is going from scope 1, scope 2, and now scope 3, really looking at the end-to-end. And this is going to have a big impact in how we do things. We really need to have traceability on how we are measuring end-to-end the topics, how the planning is happening. And I believe such topics could be very important, and O9 and the platform could help us in measuring the end-to-end traceability, the end-to-end supply and demand planning. And this is something that it's going to be exciting, but I think also a challenge that we need to deal with in the near future. At this moment, in my personal view, I believe we will need to have it in pocket areas that we can benefit from, because in our experience as well in the O9 implementation, to really take advantage of an end-to-end agentic AI, we really have to have our data management and data platform really cleaned up, completely harmonized. And this is a big journey for companies like ours who have been years in the making. This is something that we need to first work on. So what I believe we need to do is first run pilots to understand the benefits, cover certain automations, you can call it AI or not, that can be improving quite quickly. See, these are the quick wins or the things that can benefit in short term. And in the long term, the better we have the interfaces, the data end-to-end quite clear, then I think there will be a big transformative opportunity to use Gen AI and agentic AI for reporting, for planning, and of course for achieving business benefit. My main advice is bringing the tool requires the process and the data to be as aligned and as harmonized as possible. So the pre-work is very important. And then, of course, there's no 100% solution. So if you are happy with the 80%, start the implementation, refine it, and always communicate to your business. It is not a smooth ride in such transformations.